Hey everybody, Austin back again. Getting close to ending this Sega Master System Let's Play Marathon for 2014. We are on Global Defense now. And this is actually kind of a cool game. It's not one you really hear a lot of people talking about. It's a super cheap cartridge. I think I got mine for like $2 at East Starland. And East Starland is usually kind of expensive. Or not really kind of expensive. Well, yeah, kind of expensive. They usually price their stuff more along the lines of like eBay or something like that. And to find a game there for the Master System for $2, it's got to either really suck or just be really unknown or super common. Global Defense sort of falls into that latter category. I think it's actually a pretty neat little game. It's really hard to describe, but I'll try to explain it to the best of my ability as we play this game. But yeah, quick heads up before you play the game. As usual, I make no guarantees as to completing this game. I actually have very little experience with Global Defense. I played it a little bit back in the day. I've played it a little bit recently. It's not one I've always really gone to, though, when I had an urge to play Master System games. I've got a handful of games I always like to go back to, like some of the Alex Kidd games, Gangster Town, Double Dragon, Rastan, and stuff like that. Global Defense has never really been on my radar, but that's not because it's bad, it's just because I haven't really played it much. But playing it a little bit more now recently in the last couple of weeks, it is a pretty cool little game, and again, I'll try to explain how it works as we get into the game. So let me go ahead and get into the game. Press button 1, and you've got the offensive half, which is, yeah, the offensive half. I believe you just kind of like scroll along a stage, you have to destroy enemies, and yeah, the defensive half is not that. Let me restart the game. God, I suck. I'm terrible. Let's restart that. I'm not even going to explain that. Offensive half and defensive half. You can sort of just figure that out as we play the game. But Global Defense has an interesting concept in terms of how the gameplay is executed. You essentially play as this sort of, is it a satellite? Is it just like a spaceship? I have no idea what it is. I'm going to assume it's a satellite because we are defending Earth from what it looks like. And you have two functions. You can shoot and you can move. And those are actually independent functions. And you don't move with the D-pad. When you do and you don't. It's odd. You have to activate movement before you can actually move. And you do that by holding down button 1. So I'm holding down button 1 right now, and my guy's just moving around. Now you'll notice there's a cursor on screen as well, though. That's actually where you shoot. And that's actually probably what's cool about this game, is it's unconventional. Basically, you have this reticule on screen that you can move around with the D-pad as long as you're, well, it always moves around unless you're holding down button 1, which then your ship moves around. And yeah, so the goal is to basically just destroy as much stuff as you can on screen. You've got a meter down at the bottom portion of the screen. I'm not 100% certain what that does. If you know what it does, let me know. I do not have an instruction manual for this game. So we're on the defensive half now, and this is where you essentially just blow stuff up and keep missiles from destroying Earth. Kind of like Missile Defense 3D, which is a light gun shooter for the Master System. Pretty cool light gun shooter, too. I wonder if it was made by the same people. But, okay. I think that's actually the life bar of the planet down below. I'm noticing as the missiles hit, the life bar increases. Or I should say, it turns red. And I'm assuming if everything turns red, it's game over, and you have to start over from the beginning. Those defensive stages actually seem pretty difficult. They seem, yeah, definitely tough. So I think it goes back to a offensive stage. And I want to say there are no boss fights in this game. At least not from what I've seen so far. It's just offensive half and defensive half. And the goal is to survive and protect Earth. Or maybe not just Earth, maybe it's Earth in the beginning. Are we on a different planet now? Are we at a point in time where mankind has gone to other planets and, you know, is living peacefully for a change? Well, somewhat peacefully. I mean, maybe not that peacefully because there's guys trying to destroy everything, apparently. But yeah, this definitely does not look like Earth. So I have no idea what planet we're at right now, guys. Or what the story or the backbone of this game is. Again, I don't have an instruction manual, so I wasn't able to read the oh so cheesy story, or the story that I'm assuming is oh so cheesy. If you read instruction manuals from games of this time period, the stories are always awful. Like, in a so bad it's good kind of way. It's just... I was reading through the instruction manual of Skate or Die 2 for the NES a couple of days ago just for fun, and it was just, it made me laugh. It was so bad, but it was awesome at the same time. And I'm sure this game has an equally cheesy story, but I don't know what it is because I don't have the instruction manual. So you get stats at the end, but I'm not 100% certain what the purpose of those stats are. I don't know if it's just more points or something like that. Now this section, it doesn't really seem like you need to position your ship at all. I mean, because the enemies aren't coming after you in this portion. They're just going straight for the earth. It's just all about quick movement and good accuracy of your reticule. Like so, I'm just moving my reticule around. As you can see, there's my guy, my ship. Loads you up, kicks you off to the next stage. Now, as usual, and par for the course for these recent Master System Let's Play videos, I have no idea how many stages are in this game. Again, I don't have an instruction manual, so I can't tell you. But I do know that the difficulty picks up a lot. And enemies get faster. There's more of them, stuff like that. You know, typical Master System stuff. But as you can tell, this is an arcade-style game. It may very well have been an arcade game. I do not know. I did not research it before doing this video. If it was an arcade game, let me know, guys. Post a comment below. And if it is, I'm going to go check out some videos and see how it is. See how it compares. The Master System had a lot of arcade games. Arcade conversions, I'm sorry. And a lot of them were games, arcade games I didn't even know that existed. Like, for a long time, I didn't know that Quartet was originally an arcade game. I mean, I didn't I didn't know that. I didn't know that Alex Kidd, The Lost Stars, which I played the hell out of as a kid. I loved that game as a kid. I had no idea as a kid that it was originally an arcade game. So, for all I know, this could have been an arcade game as well. And if it was, I would definitely like to check it out. It's probably a lot better. I mean, this is actually a pretty cool game. Don't get me wrong. I actually like this game, unlike the last few Master System videos I've done. And I do recommend checking this game out if you have a Master System or a Genesis with a power-based converter, or you just want to check it out in emulation or something like that. It's a pretty cool game. It's not too hard to get into. I like that your character, it's sort of pivoted. It's like your character just sits there and you have to move it around. But when you move it around, it's like reminiscent of strafing in like a first-person shooter, like circle strafing. You know, it was almost like the precursor to circle strafing. Well, technically, I guess Robotron was the precursor to that, but I think you understand what I mean. It's got a very similar sort of theme going on there. And these defensive stages definitely get a lot more challenging. I'm having a harder time now. But I'm hoping that the planet's life bar decreases, because I'm guessing I'm going on to a different planet now. Every planet's look different, so yeah, this is definitely not the same planet. Okay. And I don't know if I have lives personally. I didn't catch it when I died at the very beginning, and then I reset the game. Now, unlike most of my Let's Plays in this series, I'm actually using an original Sega Master System joypad now. And the reason for that is actually I was originally planning on doing Alien Syndrome next, but I picked the cartridge out, and lo and behold, it was Global Defense, not Alien Syndrome. Master System games don't have labels or text labels on the top of the cartridges, so you can't see what you're playing unless your game is boxed and complete, or you know, if you've got your cartridges laying down flat on the ground and you could see the label as it points up. But so on Alien Syndrome, it actually does not work with the Sega Genesis controller. There are a few Master System games that do not work with the Genesis controller, unfortunately. Not that many, but there are some. And Alien Syndrome is one of them. And so the plan was to do Alien Syndrome, but we're doing this instead, and with a Master System controller. The reason I use the the reason I use the Genesis controller when I can is because it's just so much more accurate with the D-pad. The Master System D-pad, as I've explained throughout this Let's Play series, is just this big square. And it's very easy to go diagonally when you don't want to, or when you mean to go diagonally, you end up going just straight left or straight right instead. It wasn't a very good design, which is sad because it's relatively comfortable. I actually like the feel of the controller. I like the buttons. I like how the D-pad feels. I don't like that it's really difficult to go perfectly straight, you know, or turn on a dime correctly when you really want to. That's the most important part, is not so much just going straight, but turning on a dime. And it's really hard to turn on a dime, go in a 90-degree angle on a whim, and then do it again really quickly and be able to do it accurately 100% every time. It's really tough on a Master System D-pad versus an NES D-pad or a Super Nintendo D-pad or a Sega Genesis D-pad. Any Sega Genesis D-pad for that matter. It's so much easier to be accurate on those controllers. So, but yeah, and the reason I say that is in Global Defense, you do have to move around. Well, it's definitely getting more chaotic now. So much so, there's slowdown. And the reason I say that is in Global Defense, there are points where you have to, you know, move your ship up and down, left and right, and turn around quickly, and, you know. Ah, I got destroyed. So do I have lives? I have no idea if I have lives. It doesn't say. But I lost that opportunity for that power-up, which sucks. I don't know if it was a speed-up power-up, or I have no idea. Because I don't have the manual, I'm not sure what the power-ups do exactly. I know some speed you up. They definitely speed you up. But I don't know which ones speed you up. I have no idea. If you do, definitely, as usual, post a comment below. But yeah, if you guys haven't played this game, and you're sort of just checking this out, you know, you're watching me play the game, let me know your thoughts on what you think so far, just from seeing the game in action. I think it's a pretty cool game. It's not super complicated, but it's fast-paced enough. It's challenging enough. It's got decent production values for a Master System game. It's got colors. It's got variety, which is more than could be said for some of the games on the system. Some of the early games, I mean, on the system. I'm not trying to bash the library because it's not the whole purpose of this marathon. If I didn't like the Master System library, I would not be doing a marathon. So, wow, look at all those missiles. Holy crap. You've got a... yeah. Lots of room for error on this one. Wow. One thing I'm noticing is this game has definitely a missile command vibe going with it. Yeah, I mean, obviously the missiles, but the way that you destroy the missiles, like you can, you shoot your shots up, but your shots stay there for a moment, so you can actually sort of lead your shots, or lead the targets, and shoot out ahead of them, and then the targets just run into your blast that's sitting there for half a second. Okay, it looks like I want to say I have one life left. It looks like it only shows you your lives after you beat a level. And this level looks just like the last one, so now it looks like they're repeating stages. Which is kind of a shame. I was hoping they'd take me to a different level. Unless this is like the last stage or something, which I doubt it. The game doesn't seem hard enough to be a last level on a Master System game, to be honest. Master System games usually get really, really difficult. Ooh, that's close. Very close. And it looks like any enemy that passes you raises the health bar. I'm sorry, or adds damage to the health bar. Oh, you can just go over all these rocks. I thought I couldn't slam into the rocks this whole time. Oh, I didn't see that bullet. I was too focused on the missile that was gonna go by. Okay, I'm gonna need some more power-ups now, but I think we're at the end. So, on to the defensive portion. So what was I defending that whole time? It was like I was destroying the background. I don't understand. It made sense when I was above planet Earth, and you could tell that the missiles were shooting at planet Earth. But this was definitely different. I'm trying to stay focused here, so don't mind me not talking, guys. I haven't gotten this far in this game before. I mean, I haven't really put that much effort into playing it seriously. But, it looks like I'm doing alright, though. I mean, I'm managing to pass these segments. But it was the exact same segment I was at before on stage 5, which was interesting. So are we going to basically be going through the same... Nope. Whoa, different level now for sure. These guys are shooting at me like crazy. Maybe not like crazy, but crazier than before. Considering they weren't really shooting at all. This makes me wonder if I'm close to the end now. Whoa, 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 whoa. Oh, it's Saturn. Look at that. Of course, considering Saturn just consists of high-speed winds, I don't know how I don't know what shooting missiles at it would really do to it, and I don't know how things could be stationary on that planet. But technicalities aside, yeah, we just experienced Saturn, and I got a game over on Saturn. So yeah, there you have it, guys. Global Defense. It's a pretty cool game. I want to say, God, is there a 3D version of this? I have no idea. Just the name rings familiar. I don't think there's a Global Defense 3D, but if there is, I'll have to check it out. I know there's a Missile Defense 3D. I always thought Global Defense was a 3D game, and then I, got it, and obviously it's not. But I wonder if there's a 3D version of it. Like there's Space Harrier 3D and there's Outrun 3D. There's a couple 3D games that were also originally 2D games. So, but yeah, I think this is a pretty cool game still, guys. If you have a Master System, I recommend checking it out. Like I said at the beginning of this video, it's a super cheap game. It's it's one of the cheapest good games on the system, if not the cheapest good game on the system. I mean, like I said, I literally paid like $2 for mine at a place that's generally known for being a little more expensive on the market. So, but yeah, I'm going to go ahead and wrap this video up, guys. I hope you enjoyed this. I've got 2 more Master System Let's Plays for you guys. We're getting very close to the end of July, but I've got 2 more on the way for you guys. And definitely stay tuned for those. It's been a fun marathon so far. I hope you guys have been enjoying this. We're getting close to wrapping it up, but yeah, we're not completely done yet, so definitely stay tuned. But yeah, until then, guys, take care.